So, meron tayong tinatawag na equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, and scalene triangle. So, ano bang difference ng tatlong to? From the name itself, no? If all of the sides of the triangles are equal, then the triangle is said to be equilateral. So, kaya nga equal. Okay? So, kapag meron kayong nakita na gantong symbol, yung mga lines natin, okay, that denotes that these three sides are equal. Okay? It also follows that if all of the sides are equal, then all of its interior angles are also equal. So, ito yung mga interior angles ng triangle natin. For equilateral triangle, pare-parehas yan, equal yan lahat. No? They are all equal to 60 degrees each. Kaya nga ang ibang term na ginagamit natin for equilateral triangle, this is also known as equiangular triangle. Okay? So, ito. Now, if only two sides of the triangles are equal, then the triangle is said to be isosceles. So, gaya na itong triangle natin sa lower left. No? And again, it also follows that if two sides are equal, then two interior angles are also equal. Okay? Yung angles na yun, yung mismo katapat ng mga side, which is eto yan, etong dalawa. Say, this is theta, this should also be theta as well. And if no sides of the triangles are equal, then the triangle is said to be scalene. Okay, so since walang sides are equal, wala ring angles na parehas. Ngayon, punta naman tayo sa types of triangles with respect to its angle. So actually, dalawa yan, no? Depende kung yung triangle mo has a right angle or wala. If your triangle has a right angle, then that is a right triangle. And kung wala naman, then that is an oblique triangle. Okay? So, example of a right triangle is ito. Yung oblique triangle naman, it has two subtypes. We have acute triangle and obtuse triangle. No? So, ano bang difference yung dalawa? If all of the interior angles of the triangle is less than 90 degrees, then that is an acute triangle. And if one angle is greater than 90 degree, then that is an obtuse triangle. Kasi kumbaga, meron siyang obtuse angle, no? Kagaya nito. Okay? Ayan. Okay? Ang question dito, paano ba tayo kumukuha ng parts ng mga triangles natin? And what I mean by parts is yung paano ka kumukuha ng mga sides or yung mga angles. Okay? So, unahin muna natin siguro si right triangle. Okay. For right triangle, dalawa lang naman yung ginagamit natin na equation dyan. So, of course, we have the Pythagorean theorem and yung mga basic trigo functions natin, sina SOHCAHTOA. Recall lang natin guys, when we say Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. Okay? So, dito sa right triangle natin, si x saka si y, yan yung tinatawag nating legs of the right triangle. And the longest side naman is hypotenuse. Okay? So, galing sa SOHCAHTOA, na derive lang tong r sine of theta is equal to y and r cosine of theta is equal to x. So, might as well kabisaduhin nyo yan, no? Dapat dumadaloy na yan sa dugo natin, no? Kasi hindi nyo lang dito ma-encounter yan, no? Pagdating din ng polar, okay, sa integral, etc. Etong dalawang equations na to, this is strictly applicable for right triangles lang. Pero paano kapag hindi right triangle yung meron ka? Kunwari, meron kang oblique triangle or any triangles in general. Ang ginagamit naman natin dyan is the concept of sine and cosine law. Okay? So, say for example, we have here a triangle ABC. Kapag nagpapangalan tayo ng parts ng triangle, no, sanay tayo na yung mga big letters, yun yung mga interior angles, yun yung mga corners, kumbaga, yung mga kanto. And yung mga small letters naman, yun yung mga sides. Okay? And sanay din tayo na kung sino yung katapat na side ni angle big letter A, yun si small letter A. So, kagaya nito, no? So, yung katapat ni big letter B, si small letter B, etc. Okay? So, ano yung sine law? Sabi sa sine law, the ratio between the side and the sine of its opposite angle is constant. Okay? So, A over sine A, that is equal to B over sine B, which is also equal to C over sine C. So, napakadaling kabisaduhin yan. Okay? How about cosine law? So, etong cosine law naman, para lang siyang, kung titingnan nyo, no, para siyang Pythagorean theorem sa first part na dinugtungan lang ng negative 2ab cosine of c. Okay? So, siguro, yun yung gawin yung palatandaan, no? So, siguro guys, kabisaduhin nyo yan. Okay? Tandaan nyo lang na kung sino yung side na naka-square dito sa kaliwa, dapat yung corresponding opposite angle niya, yung nasa cosine. So, gaya nito, no? Si c squared, then cosine c. Kung si A yung naka-square, then cosine A. Kung si B naman yung naka-square, then cosine B. Okay? So, siguro, kabisaduhin nyo rin yung derived formula para dun sa mga angle. Halimbawa na lang, paano kung yung angle yung mismo pinapahanap? Say, for example, si big letter C yung pinapahanap. Okay? So, basic algebra lang naman to, no? Algebraic manipulation lang. Makikita nyo dyan, guys, that cosine of C is equal to c squared minus a squared minus b squared. So, algebraic manipulation lang ako. All over negative 2ab. Okay? Or sa ibang textbooks, no, c is equal to the arc cosine of c squared minus a squared minus b squared all over negative 2ab. So, bakit ko pinapakabisado sa inyo to? May mga problems kasi na mismong angle yung pinapahanap. And kapag ginamit nyo itong mga equations natin sa pagkuha ng angle, medyo matagal siya pag solve, no? So, kung ito yung ginagamit natin, mas mabilis siya. Okay? So, siguro sapat na itong mga pinag-usapan natin, guys, para magsagot ng mga problems. So, punta na tayo dun sa mga problems natin. First problem. Two people are a meter apart and the height of one is double that of the other. If from the middle point of the line joining their feet, an observer finds the angular elevation of their tops to be complementary, find the height of the taller person in terms of A in meters. Bago nating isolve yung problem, gusto ko lang i-discuss yung mahalagang term na ginamit dito, no? Which is yung angular elevation. Ayan. Ano bang ibig sabihin yan? Say, for example, isa kang observer. Eto ka. Ito yung establish tayo ng horizontal line. Halimbawa na lang, meron kang ino-observe na object na nasa taas, no? Directly above the horizontal line. So, halimbawa, ito yon. Okay? Ito. Ngayon, tumingin ka dun sa object natin. Ito yung magiging line of sight mo ngayon. Meron ka mabubuong vertical angle with respect to the horizontal line. So, kaya siya tinawag na vertical angle kasi from the horizontal line, di ba? Yung sukat is pataas, no? So, ito yung angle na yun. Tawagin nating theta. Yan yung tinatawag nating angle of elevation. Okay? Ang counterpart ng angle of elevation is yung tinatawag naman na angle of depression. Say, for example, yung object na ino-observe mo is nasa baba naman ng horizontal line. So, halimbawa, nandito. Okay? Ito yung magiging line of sight mo ngayon. Yung vertical angle naman na mabubuo mo, no? Pababa. So, yan naman si alpha. Si alpha naman yung tinatawag nating angle of depression. Okay? So, barahin ko lang. Balik tayo sa problem. The problem involves two person and ang pinapahanap sa atin, highlight lang natin, no, is yung height ng taller person. Ito. So, siguro, drawing natin yung problem. Para mas madali yung drawing natin, no, i-represent ko lang yung mga person as sticks na lang. Halimbawa na lang, ito yung shorter person. Okay? Tapos sabihin na natin, ito naman yung taller person. Ito yung distance between them. Since ang pinapahanap sa atin is the height of the taller person, then i-represent ko siya. Okay? Say, the height of the taller person is x. Binanggit sa problem, the height of one is double that of the other. So, ito yun. Ibig sabihin, if the taller person is x, then the shorter person should be x over 2. Tama ba? And binanggit din sa problem that the distance between these two person is a. So, sabi dyan, no, two people are a meter apart. Tingnan nyo yung module nyo mismo. Actually, naka-italic, no? Naka-italic yung A dyan. So, hindi siya a meter apart. That is a meter apart. Okay? So, kumbaga, Etong buong distance na to is A. Tuloy natin. If from the midpoint of the line joining their feet. So, kuhain natin guys yung midpoint. Halimbawa, ito. So, dyan ngayon nag-observe yung observer, no? Tinignan niya yung tops, okay, yung, sabi natin yung ulo ng bawat person. So, drawing tayo ng line of sight niya with respect to the taller person. Ito yung magiging line of sight niya. With respect to the shorter person, ito naman yung magiging line of sight niya. Yung angle of elevation daw, yung angular elevation, okay, of these two persons is complementary. Alam naman natin guys, when we say complementary, the sum of the two angles is equal to 90 degrees. Meaning, if say this angle, etong angle na to, tawagin natin theta yan, then the other angle should be equal to 90 minus theta, no? Okay? So, pwede nyo namang i-represent yung other angle as another variable. Pero para mas onti yung unknown natin, gawin na lang natin 90 minus theta. Okay? And since yung point na kino-consider natin is nasa gitna, then tama bang sabihin that this side, eto, this is A over 2. Tama ba? Kalahati yan ni A. O, eto rin, no? This is also A over 2. Okay? And of course, yung mga person natin that is perpendicular with respect to the ground. Okay? So ngayon, paano natin i-represent or i-express yung height ng taller person si X in terms of A? So ano bang mga ginagamit natin na technique in solving worded problems related to trigonometry? Actually guys, wala naman talagang definite na method dito. Okay? Pero kung magbibigay ako sa inyo ng tip, kung meron kang nabubuong triangle, especially right triangle, i-utilize mo yun. Halimbawa na lang dito sa problem natin, we have two right triangles formed, no? Yung mas maliit, yung nasa kaliwa, and yung mas malaki, yung nasa kanan. Okay? So, i-utilize natin yung mga yan. Ang mga variables natin dito, tatlo. We have angle theta, x, and a. Okay? Kapag kinonsider natin yung mas maliit na right triangle, etong nasa kaliwa, with respect to angle theta, meron tayong opposite side, which is x over 2, and adjacent side. No? When we say adjacent side, again, sabi sa inyo, no? Yun yung side na nakakabit mismo doon sa angle, okay? Which is C, A over 2. Since meron kang opposite sa adjacent, pwede tayong gumamit ng trigo function, specifically si tangent, kasi nga TOA yun, opposite over adjacent. Okay? Tangent of theta, that is equal to opposite, so x over 2, all over A over 2. Tama? So, pwede nating simplify yan, no? Since yung numerator mo sa denominator mo parehas merong 1/2 yan, pwede mo silang i-cancel. Thus, tangent of theta is just equal to x over A. Okay? Okay, so, sige, rewrite lang natin, no? Tangent of theta is equal to x over A. Let this be our equation number 1. Ngayon, lipat naman tayo dun sa bigger right triangle. Again, with respect to this angle 90 minus theta, meron din tayong opposite sa adjacent side. Thus, pwede ka rin mag-tangent, no? Okay, so, lagay natin dito. Tangent of, that is 90 minus theta. This is equal to opposite x over A over 2. Okay? Ngayon, simplify lang natin yan, guys. Since yung denominator natin is a fraction, so A over 2, alam niyo naman, pwede nating i-reciprocal yan. Tapos, kumbaga, etong si 2, okay, mapupunta yan sa numerator. Tama ba? So, magiging 2x over A. I hope you're with me. Okay? So, rewrite lang natin. Tangent of 90 minus theta is equal to 2x over A. Okay, let this be our equation 2. Ngayon, dalawa yung equations na nabuo natin. Paano natin ngayon i-express x in terms of A? Okay? So, since x, no, since we want to express x in terms of A, pwede mo na rin i-consider dito talaga na ang A natin, hindi talaga siya variable. Parang, in a way, it is a constant, no? So, kumbaga, basically, meron kang dalawang unknown lang talaga dito, x and theta. Alam niyo naman guys, ang rules algebra, kung gaano karami yung unknowns na meron ka, ganun din dapat karami yung equation na meron ka. Since we have two unknowns, and we also have two equations, then sapat na tong dalawang to, no? Para ma-solve natin yung unknown. Okay? So, paano natin i-express x in terms of a? Common solution na naiisip ng mga estudyante. Kasi meron tayong 90 minus or tangent 90 minus theta. Sum and difference yan ng trigonal. Pwede nating i-apply yung formula ng tangent a minus b. Actually, pwede naman yon. Kaya lang mapapahaba tayo dito. Instead, let me introduce to you the concept of complementary of trigonometric functions. Okay? Merong mga trigo functions that are complement with each other. For example, lagay ko na lang siguro dito as note, no? Sabi sa complementary functions, if you have sine of theta, this is also equal to cosine of 90 minus theta. So, kaya siya tinawag na complementary, no? Kasi yung angle na pinag-uusapan natin dito, in this case, theta and 90 minus theta, okay? They are complement. Pag pinag-add mo si theta sa 90 minus theta, the sum is 90 degrees. Tama ba? Yun yung complementary angles, di ba? Okay? Also, if you have tangent of theta, this is equal to cotangent of 90 minus theta. Okay? And last, if you have secant of theta, this is equal to cosecant of 90 minus theta. So, yan yung mga complementary functions natin. Okay? So, ano bang pwedeng yung maging palatandaan dito para mas madaling makabisado? Guys, tandaan nyo lang yung term or yung term na ko, no? Actually, yung ko na yan, so sine, cosine, that ko stands for complement. Kaya si cosine, that is the complement of sine. Si cotangent, that is the complement of tangent. Okay? So, hindi naman of course, using the same logic, if you have cosine of theta, that is also equal to sine of 90 minus theta. If you have cotangent of theta, that is also tangent of 90 minus theta. Okay? So, kabisaduhin nyo to, no? So, ngayon, i-apply natin to. Since meron tayong tangent of 90 minus theta, then by complementary functions, this is also equal to cotangent of theta. Okay? Ayan. And, ang tangent of 90 minus theta natin, yan si 2x over a. Okay? So, kumbaga, na-simplify natin yung equation 2. Okay? Ngayon, meron na tayong tangent of theta from equation 1, tangent of theta in terms of x and a, and we also have cotangent of theta in terms of x and a as well. Okay? Ngayon, paano natin gagamitin tong dalawang equation na to? Pwede ba nating i-relate si tangent theta sa si cotangent theta? Of course, alam naman natin, tangent of theta is also the reciprocal of cotangent of theta. Tama ba? Or pwede ko i-rewrite to, no? We can say that the tangent of theta and cotangent of theta, yung product nilang dalawa, is basically equal to 1. Okay? Ngayon, salpak natin yung mga equations na nabuo natin, guys. So, we have tangent of theta, which is x over a. Cotangent of theta, which is 2x over a, equals 1. Simplifying the left side of equation, so 2x squared over a squared is equal to 1. Okay? Gusto natin express si x in terms of a, no? So, isolate natin si x. So, we have x squared equals a squared over 2. Okay, getting the square root of both sides. X is equal to square root of a squared over 2. So, that is also a over square root of 2. Okay? Since wala namang sinabi sa problem na decimal, so siguro pwede na to. Tigil na tayo dito, no? Depende na lang sa choices yan. Kung ang choices natin naka-decimal, edi simplify mo na lang yung 1 over square root of 2. Next problem. Geologists took measurements at 2 points, B and C, 928 meters apart. The angle of elevation from B to the top of the mountain A is 47 degrees, 10 minutes. The angle of elevation from C to B is 8 degrees, 40 minutes. And the angle of elevation from C to A is 32 degrees, 30 minutes. It is known that the elevation at C is 1,400 meters. What is the elevation at A? Dito sa problem natin, we have 3 points, A, B, and C. Try nating i-draw yung problem, no? Siguro, unahin natin yung second sentence, no? So, sabi dyan, again, angle of elevation from B to the top of mountain A is 47 degrees, 10 minutes. Based on that statement, sa tingin nyo guys, sinong mas mataas na point? Is it point B or point A? Tama. The higher point is point A kasi merong angle of elevation si point A with respect to point B, no? Halimbawa na lang, sabihin na natin ito yung point B and ito yung top ng mountain, point A. Ito yung line of sight mo pag tumingin ka kay point A from point B, no? Okay? And again, meron tong angle of elevation na 47 degrees, 10 minutes. Okay? Then, for the next sentence, angle of elevation from C to B is 8 degrees, 40 minutes. Ibig sabihin lang yan, mas mababa si point C with respect to point B. So, halimbawa na lang guys, medyo maliit yung angle of elevation, no? So, medyo malapit. Maliit lang din yung vertical distance ng dalawang to. So, say this is point C. Okay? Ito naman yung magiging line of sight mo. Ayan. $8 degrees, 40 minutes. And binanggit din sa problem that the distance between point B and point C, yung first sentence na, is 928 meters. Ano yung 928 meters na yan, sir? Is that the horizontal distance or the vertical distance? Guys, since wala namang binanggit sa problem na horizontal ba yan o vertical, it is safe to assume that that is the direct distance from C to B. So, kumbaga, etong BC mismo is 928. Okay? Then tuloy natin. The angle of elevation from C to A is 32 degrees, 30 minutes. Ibig sabihin, from point C, sinilip mo rin si point A. Okay? Kumbaga, ito naman yung line of sight mo doon. Ayan. Okay? Yung angle of elevation, which is, ito yon, that is equal to 32 degrees, 30 minutes. So, siguro dito ko na lang isulat na. 32 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay? Of course, yung buong angle of elevation na yan, from the horizontal line yan. Okay? It is known that the elevation at C is 1,400. So, given tayo ng elevation, point C. Okay? 1,400 meters. Ang tanong sa atin, ano daw yung elevation ni point A? Kapag nagsusukat tayo guys ng elevation, that is always with respect to a datum line. So, wala namang binanggit sa problem kung saan yung datum line. No? Halimbawa na lang, mag-drawing ako ng datum line natin. Kunwari, ito. Ayan. Okay? So, ito yung datum line. Siyempre, kapag elevation yung pinag-uusapan natin, vertical distance yun. Okay? So, kumbaga yung elevation or yung vertical distance si point C with respect to the datum line, ito yun. Okay? Itong distance na to, okay? That is 1,400. Ngayon, ang tanong sa atin, ano yung elevation ni point A? Kumbaga, ano tong distance na to? Okay? So, paano natin masasolve yan ngayon? Okay, so siguro mag-project tayo ng mga lines dito, no? Try natin mag-drawing pa ng mga triangles, especially mga right triangles, no? So, halimbawa na lang, i-project ko to. Ayan. Okay. Ngayon, paano natin kukuhain yung elevation ni point A? Simple lang yan, guys. Based on the geometry of our figure, kung etong distance na to is 1,400, it also follows that this distance is also 1,400. Okay? Ibig sabihin, para makuha natin elevation ni point A, kailangan mo itong distance na to ngayon. Ayan. Okay? So, pag nakuha mo yan, dagdag mo lang kay 1,400, yun na yung elevation ni point A. Okay, so try natin kuhain yun ngayon. I-redraw ko lang yung figure, no, para mas makita natin. Okay, so ito na yung figure natin. Again, itong hinighlight natin na blue, no, yan yung kailangan nating makuha para ma-solve yung elevation ni point A. Okay? So, paano natin aatakihin to? Consider ka lang ulit ng mga triangles, no? Especially right triangles na kung saan meron tayong pwedeng makuha. Okay? So, ano ba dito yung mga right triangles na marami tayong alam? So, halimbawa na lang, etong right triangle na to. Eto, highlight natin. Ayan. Okay? Etong right triangle na to, alam natin yung hypotenuse niya, which is 928 meters, as well as one of its angle, no, which is 8 degrees 40 minutes. So, siguro, pwede nating makuha yung mga legs na itong right triangle na to, which is ito, no, yung adjacent side, ito, and the opposite side. Okay? Ngayon, paano natin kukuhain yung adjacent side ito? Pwede tayo magsokatowa dito. Ang palatandaan ko lang dyan, guys, ganito, no? Kapag ang alam mong data is the hypotenuse and the angle, kung gusto mong kuhain yung adjacent side, matic cosine yun. Okay? Kapag gusto mong kuhain yung opposite side, matic sine naman yun. So, meaning, since adjacent side yan, cosine tayo. So, 928 cosine of 8 degrees, 40 minutes. Okay? So, calculate natin. So, that is equal to 917.40 meters. So, gawin ko na lang to decimal places, no? Store natin ngayon to, guys, kay A. Ayan. Then, kuhain naman natin yung opposite side. So, ito. Ito. Again, opposite side, sine. So, that is 928 sine of 8 degrees, 40 minutes. Okay, calculate natin. So, that is 139.84 meters. Store naman natin to kay B. Ayan. Okay? Nakuha na natin lahat ng pwedeng makuha sa right triangle na to. Ngayon, lipat naman tayo ng triangle. Siguro, ang consider natin ito. Ito. We have triangle ABC. Okay? So, siguro para makita natin, guys, redraw ko lang, no? Ayan. So far, ang alam natin sa triangle ABC is one of its side, which is 928 meters. Okay? Pero pwede ba tayong kumuha ng mga interior angles ng triangle na to? Actually, pwede. Okay? Introduce ko lang sa inyo, guys, yung concept ng alternate interior angles. If you have two lines that are parallel with each other, halimbawa ito, okay? Tapos, merong isang line na magpapass through sa kanila. So, halimbawa ito. Ang tawag natin sa line na yan, that is transverse line, no? We can say that these two angle, ito, these two are equal. So, yun yung concept ng alternate interior angle. If this is angle theta, this is also angle theta. Okay? So, it also follows that if this angle is alpha, then this is also alpha. Okay? Apply natin yan dito sa figure natin. Drawing lang ako ng horizontal line dito kay point A. Tingin tayo sa figure, no? Ayan. Ngayon, guys, tingnan nyo itong angle na to. Si 32 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay? Etong line na to, itong nasa baba, this is parallel to this line. Okay? Ibig sabihin lang yan, etong angle na to, this is also 32 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay? So, ano pa ba? O, tingnan nyo, guys. Eto namang line na to, this is also parallel to this line. Ibig sabihin, etong buong angle na to, no? Etong buo. Ayan. This is also 47 degrees, 10 minutes. So, I hope nakakasunod tayo, no? Ibig sabihin, pwede nating makuha etong angle na to. Okay? Yung angle na yan. Tingin tayo kay ABC. So, kumbaga guys, ito yung angle na tinutukoy ko. Obviously, that angle is equal to 47 degrees, 10 minutes, minus 32 degrees, 30 minutes. Okay? Calculate natin. So that is equal to 14 degrees, 40 minutes. Okay? So, ano pa bang pwede natin makuha ang angle dito? How about this one? Oh, madali lang din makuha yan, no? Tingin ka lang dito kay point C. Guys, sa original figure, we have 8 degrees, 40 minutes. Tapos yung buo is 30 degrees, 30 minutes. Etong gusto nating kuhain, eto yun, kumbaga. Okay, so ang gawin mo, pag-minusin mo lang din. So that is 32 degrees, 30 minutes minus 8 degrees, 40 minutes. Okay? And that is 23 degrees, 50 minutes. Okay? Ngayon, meron na tayong pwedeng makuha dito. Actually, pwede na natin makuha lahat ng sides nitong triangle ABC. Anong gagamiting equation? Sine law lang. Okay? Since meron tayong dalawang angles na by using sine law, 928, okay, all over, sine of its opposite angle, in this case, 14 degrees, 40 minutes. Okay? Pwede nating makuha dito yung side AB. Kasi alam natin yung opposite angle niya, no? So, AB over sine of 23 degrees, 15 minutes. Solving for AB. So, 928. That is equal to 1481.01 meters. Okay? Ngayon, lipat naman tayo ng triangle. Ang i-consider naman natin na triangle is this one. Ito. Ayan. Okay? Ngayon, pag kinonsider natin yung triangle na yan, since meron na tayo ng hypotenuse no, sa AB, 1481.01, try natin kuhain etong side na to, yung opposite side with respect to 47 degrees, 10 minutes. Okay? So, kuhain natin, guys. That is, again, kapag opposite sign lang naman yan, you know. So, 104 or 1481.01 sine of 47 degrees, 10 minutes. Okay? So, answer, sine of 47 degrees, 10 minutes. That is 186.07 meters. Okay? Kita na natin kung paano masosolve yung elevation ni point A. So, again, the elevation of point A, that is equal to the elevation of point C plus etong blue na highlight natin kanina. Eto. Okay? And saan ba equal yan? Equal yan sa this line, okay? Which is yung in-store natin kay B. 139.84 plus etong si 1086.07. Okay? Etong elevation ng C is 1,400. Calculate na lang natin yan. Elevation at point A is that is equal to 2625.91 meters.